Hi, any Patreons and channel members watching this on the replay. Thank you so much for your continued support. It means the world to us. It means that we can carry on living our purpose, saving the people, the planet, and the animals. So you are greatly, greatly appreciated. Aren't they, mate?
So very much so.
So very much so.
Yeah.
There's a lot of so-and-sos in this one. So let's get going. Vegan Metalheads in the house. Richard Benham. Cookie Hecker. That's in love from Santa Cruz. How cool. How's the vegan scene in Santa Cruz?
We've been there.
Have we?
When we went to that island, isn't it there? Santa Cruz. I feel like I've been there.
It's in America, isn't it?
Oh.
Where's Santa
There's
Cruz?
a Santa Cruz somewhere else.
You're thinking of Tenerife, aren't you?
Yeah, I think so. Why am I thinking that? No, but it must be.
Because Santa means saint and Spanish river. Kelly Maddock. Watch Piers Morgan video today. What an absolute bell end.
Yeah.
Bong. Guys, do check out my new video about old Piers Morgan. It's on my second channel. Let's stick a link to that at the end of the stream today.
That man infuriates me.
Richard Benham's in the house. He infuriates himself. With his internal anger issues, the only one thing that rise for Piers is his blood pressure. That's a good quote. That is, I like that. Bamo Dorino's in the house. Matthew Hickey, don't let Piers get to you. He's dying right up in his mentality. Everyone knows what he's like. No, to be honest, I don't give two monkeys about any of these people. I basically put on a character just to drive views because drama gets views, so I couldn't care less about them. But thanks.
Andre's saying that you can hardly hear me.
Oh God!
You're much louder.
Why is that happening again?
Okay, how's this, Andre? Is it better? Better or still not good?
Can't get the staff. Gemma forgot to turn her mic on, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Amateur hour over here.
I hope Paul and Selma aren't watching.
No one's watching.
Well, I'm afraid there's a few
That
people
ludicrous
watching.
display.
Did you see that ludicrous display last night? What was Wenger thinking? Oh, the trouble is with Arsenal, they just walk it in.
Name that show.
Yeah, name that show. Cookie Hecker, he did admit the vegan smoothie was good. That's progress. Remember the vegan mince pie reaction. Sausage roll, wasn't it? Yeah, unless he did a mince pie as well and pretended to throw up. That wouldn't surprise me. Do you know what I mean? He don't mean any of it. He's just like an IRL troll. It's clickbait, basically, isn't it? Like.
Hello. It's the same, apparently. Can't hear either now. Oh, God.
Can't hear either. It's picking up on here, so I'm not sure I believe that.
God. I don't know why we keep having these
It's picking up here.
problems. What's going on?
Check, check. Say something.
Some loud words.
Can you hear us?
How's that? God damn it. Well, here's Cowboy to make everything better.
Look together.
How is that, Cowboy?
We've not accidentally got them on the same band, have we?
I don't know.
Where's your one?
I put it over here.
So this is on channel 15.
Okay.
I think yours is on 6.
6.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry everyone, the sound might not be as good as it has been, but you should be able to hear us.
Please tell us if you cannot.
Yeah, Kelly, they should get a Dr. Gregor on there, shouldn't they? That'd be good. Being a moon cat. Mark, so it seems like these don't like to sometimes work when they're both on or something.
Well, we were fine when we went and did that shopping haul.
They have been working, but they've stopped working properly. Johnny Bravo's in that house. Check the pecs. Robert Pacino's in the house. Good to see you, brother.
Cowboy just sneezed on my hand. I put my hand out to strike her and she sneezed on it.
Andre, my quads are so sore today. Do you ever do sissy squats? I did a set to fail the other day. I've been walk. Yeah, when lockdown first happened, I included them for the first time. I found they were quite hostile to my knees. I think they are reputedly quite hostile to knees oftentimes. But yeah, I found that they seem to do the business, but I had to sack them off and I went on to sort of pistol squats instead, sadly. Maybe it sort of depends on your sort of mass and things. Like a lot of things you can get away, you know, before you get like overly big, and then when you do get a bit bigger, I don't know, maybe some people are better built for them, you know, and some people are just not. But yeah, they seem very good. Tom Platts used to love him. Do you know him from like the sort of 70s, like Arnie's era? He had some of the best legs in his day. What are you showing people?
Dried cranberries. They're
Rehydrated.
asking what I mean.
Rehydrated dried cranberries.
Yeah. Rehydrated with apple juice.
Oh, yeah, that's
Sugar-free
right.
ones. I thought they needed eaten up, so I'm eating.
Anger adds lives in the house. Nice to see you, lovely. I enjoyed your interview with those vegan guys. That was very good. Gerdeep's in the house. Vals Music. Lizzie Griffiths. Mark Crossy. Rachel Hobson. Good to see you all. Thanks for joining, guys. This has just jumped.
How are you all doing? It's Friday, it's a weekend. Not that we can go anywhere. It's Friday.
Stacey Langley's in the house. Silence is violence is in the house. Eve Aff, lovely to see you. Silence is violence. Where's the ecstasy drug dealer? We used to be here, but we don't do that shit anymore. Marina's in the house. Thanks, guys. Flavius. Silence is violence. Gemma and Paul, help. How do I exercise to lift boobs? So, the only thing I've ever heard is people training, like targeting upper chest, which is things like incline presses, incline flies, that sort of thing. I don't know that it's going to make a whole load of difference, but you can certainly give that a go. But that's the only real exercise that does. Of course, breast tissue is fatty tissue, so like there's not anything else really that can be done about that.
One thing that I'm just thinking is, I mean, I don't know how much difference this will make because it depends on how large you are. Not that I'm asking how large your boobs are, but like posture. Like for me, I notice like if I happen to see myself in a mirror and I've got really rounded shoulders, like I don't look as good as if I stand up sort of straight. Like that's an important thing, isn't it? Posture. So maybe having good muscles around the sort of back there, so your shoulders like are out and so you stand more upright.
Yeah, well, that would be an issue. You could train your rhomboids, which is things like W flies. So you basically imagine this is my legs, this is my torso. You hip hinge, And you're doing like a rear delt fly, yeah? You're bringing your arms out, but you actually supinate at the same time. And can you see how my arm, like if you saw both my arms, it'd be like an elongated letter W. Yeah, so that's a W fly, and they target the rhomboids specifically. Say 3 sets of around 15 reps, 3 times per week, like alternate days. That'd be a good. I mean, you wouldn't want a whole load of weight, particularly in the beginning, but yeah, that would certainly help with your posture. Good words. Santa Cruz is in California. Cruz means cross, doesn't it? Is this Spanish? I'm not very clever. Flavius, I wonder, can orthorexia ever become not a problem for someone? Yeah, I mean, people get over all sorts of disorders. And like what some people call orthorexia, I mean, if you're following that whole foods plant-based diet, you know, that to a lot of people, that's quite strict. You know, but in nature, the law of similar means that like animals, you know, tend to eat quite a narrow range of foods, and like we're primates eat, you know, predominantly just plants, you know, so whole plants at that. So I don't know that in this case it's really a thing. I just think it's a healthy diet, you know.
Well, I'd like to say I think that depends. It depends, you know, like.
Of course, there are examples of it not being a good thing. It depends what type of diet you're following, of course.
You can. I believe you can totally overcome anything. You know, if you've got the will and the support. You know, so like having a counsellor is great for overcoming like a whole host of things. That would be my advice. Yeah.
Yeah. Wood goods. Marina, the only reason I'm here today is because I'm sick. Tested negative for COVID. That's good.
I hope you feel better soon. Yeah.
Oh, Andre's the shirt arrived the other. So you just got one so far. They do, if they're different designs, they often send them out in different parcels.
So
it's really frustrating.
The site is really clumsy. Yeah, if you want to order samples of something of yours, it has to be like, yeah, you have to buy them individually, or grouped by design. So yeah, you'll have other things coming. And God, they've taken an age. So apologies for that.
And thank you so much for all your hard work. What the hell was that?
That was a kid outside, I think. Sounded like an animal, didn't it?
Weird. Back places in the house. Gertie Pierce was like big fat baby. Yeah, he's sad, isn't he? Leon's in the house. We're very good. How are you, Leon? Thanks for joining. Are we miles behind? I feel like we're probably miles behind. Guys, I'm going to skip forwards a bit. If I miss your comment or question, do pop it back in the chat. Top of the munch. Evening, Hench and Gemma. Those debunking anti-vegan videos are hilarious. Keep them coming. I will do. Did you watch the Piers one on my other channel today? Thanks for your kind words. Leon, having a severely sore shoulder and neck on my right side has been keeping me awake, sadly. Other than that, imagine quite well. How are you? I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, we're good, thanks. Living the dream. You know, we're very busy with our work, but I don't really call it work. I call it like fun. It's what I enjoy to do. So I'm very blessed in that way. It's nice to have a little downtime though, and we did have a couple of hours to ourselves today. We had a nice game of chess, didn't we?
Yeah.
Gemma kicked my ass.
I won for once.
I castled on the queen side for once, and then I must have just forgot myself, and I just moved one of the pawns. I didn't notice until late in the game, and then like it stuffed me. So that was stupid. I felt like other than that, I was doing really nice. I really had a nice setup, except I went and did that.
It's frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah, well, lesson learned. Don't forget when you castle the opposite way for a change.
It's nice that we found something we can do at home because like lockdown's, you know, getting really boring, obviously. Something that I discovered the other day, someone told me that you can play, what was that game, Cards Against Humanity? Is that the one we liked? You can play that online with people. So we're thinking about getting some friends in a chat or group. I don't know how it works, but playing that online. So I just have to find ways to stave off the boredom and the isolation and just ways to keep going.
Yeah. Marina, yes, Cruz's Cross. That's, in Spanish and Portuguese. Good to know. Silence's Violence is doing Brazilian butt lifts. I did some of those earlier on.
Brazilian butt lifts.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, you mean someone else, do you?
Fabrizio, do you breathe through your mouth or nose? I think during the day I probably breathe in through my mouth quite a lot. I've been trying to address that. At night I definitely breathe just through my nose because I tape my mouth shut with micropore tape. Anyone else do that?
We learned that, didn't we? That's really good. Like, it's meant to be worse for you to breathe through your mouth.
Do you know something really weird though? Since I've been doing it, when I wake up in the morning, my bottom teeth are really sore. Or the roots, but it wears off during the day. And I can't imagine that. I mean, because if you do sleep with your mouth open, it's meant to be that your face doesn't form properly. But you'd think like that'll be set by now, wouldn't you? But I don't know, maybe not. And maybe my tongue is like pushing on there. And my teeth are really sore, but it wears off through the day. Yeah, it's fine now.
I wonder if you should speak to a dentist about that.
I mean, I have got a bit of crowding, like one of my teeth is at a slight angle. So maybe... I can't imagine you can change that into adulthood though, can you? Don't know. False music. Gemma's hair looks like blueberry bubble tea. I'm really sorry. I need to nip to the loo. I've been eating far too much healthy foods. I'll be a short time. Are you all right?
I'll be fine.
Yeah. I won't be long.
Tama Lancaster just subscribed. Thank you.
Lovely.
That's very good. I can see the sunshine now. Well, okay. If anybody's asking questions specifically to Paul, we'll have to just come back to them. I've had a couple of hair comments. I don't know about you guys, but I've really struggled like this last year. I haven't had a haircut, I haven't been to hairdressers or anything, so I've been trying to cut my own hair, which is never a good idea. You shouldn't cut your own hair. So it's, a bit uneven and whatnot, but we have to do what we can do, don't we? So I keep dyeing it all these funky party colours, they call it, because like I can just do that myself at home and they'll like wash out over time, whereas like if I want to like go blonde, you really need to get someone to help you do that. You shouldn't do that at home. It'll just end up going orange or something strange. Yes. Thank you for subscribing, Fabrizio. Queeling, vegan cat food isn't available in my country, and Amazon and other online shopping websites from other countries don't deliver here. Well, that is a real shame. I don't know what I'd do if I was in that position. Yeah, so I'm sorry to hear that. I guess as the world becomes more compassionate, more people go vegan, etc., there'll just be more and more products that will be accessible and more varieties as well, because there's like, I know of 2 vegan cat foods, like that's it. So it would be nice for cats if there was more different varieties, over time. I'm really looking forward to... So Cowboy had some, like this seitan thing we made at Christmas. No, it was a tofurkey. She tried a little tofurkey and she loved it. So I hope over time, more like mock meats, lab-grown meats, different things are like created, they become cheaper, and they make that kind of stuff for pets. That would be, in terms of sustainability and for the, the animals, like that would just be such a good direction to go in. Good move, I feel. Yeah. I don't know how many of these questions to answer or to go through, because maybe you were asking them to Paul. Silence is violence, go vegan. Did you see Russell Brand's recent Kundalini yoga video? Very hard for me, my nostrils burned. I did not. Looking forward to seeing him at the camp out, if that goes ahead. I really hope that it does, but I'm not sure. I'm trying to be hopeful and not be like pessimistic about it. But we're still like in lockdown and it's only a few months away. So are they going to let thousands of people gather by then? I don't know. At this stage, I'd just like to be able to have a gathering in my garden and just have like a little barbecue or bonfire or something with like 2 friends. Like that would be amazing. So let's hope that things progress down that path. Okay, I won't answer that question about intermittent fasting. That's definitely a Paul type of a comment. Andre, Gemma, I love when your hair matches your clothes. Well, thank you. My hair looks blue on here, but I swear, like in real life, it more looks like purple. But it always looks blue on here. Yeah. I've skipped down to the bottom because I'm assuming people are more speaking to me. Little Dave O says, Gemma, do you think it's unethical to adopt pets who weren't rescues?
Thank you. I had a good shit.
Do you think it's unethical
to
adopt pets who weren't rescues?
Adopt. Someone's got to look after them, I guess, haven't they?
I guess, like, are you saying, like, designer puppies and things, you know, who are bred specifically to be sold, you know, and stuff? Like, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Not when there's already so many other animals that need a home. Yeah. And, like, all this, like, crossbreeding and these special designer breeds coming out and things, and yeah, I'm not a fan of it, really. Yeah.
What the hell? Sorry, I've just seen this little glitch. Just got to stretch the.
Richard Benham is asking me, have you ever tried to make your own cashew or almond butter? No. I tell you what I did make. I made macadamia nut butter recently.
There's that macadamia nut. Nope, something else.
Because...
Name that show.
Friends. Oh, you
Not you, you ruined it. Oh, spoiler alert.
Go back up a little bit. I've gone there. What was the question? Yeah, I made macadamia butter because I was trying to make some like raw fudge with macadamia nuts, and I figured I'll blend them up first, and they blended up so easy, like into a nut butter, and then I added some other things like in there. Yeah, as long as you've got like a good blender, I think making your own nut butters is great. Yeah, you can just have nuts in and know there's not other things in there like palm oil and salt and bad things. What are you saying?
Word up.
And Yamika is saying, did you poop in a small plastic bag? That's off Borat, isn't it?
I can't remember.
Oh no, he brings it through in a napkin thing, doesn't he? And says, where should I
forgot
put
about
this? If that's what you meant. I don't know.
Little Dave, hey Hench, what do you think nootropics actually work, or are they just placebos? Yeah, certainly. I mean, there's this, mostly when people say about nootropics, they're talking about like smart drugs, but there are like natural things, lion's mane mushroom, and then certain other mushrooms, more naughty ones that you mustn't ever use because they're illegal, who can get some great benefits in terms of like rewiring. You can do some rewiring with like psilocybin mushroom, and then the lion's mane can like cement in that myelinate those new pathways. You can like undo past traumas, and there's amazing stuff to be had. Of course, don't ever do that stuff. That's all very illegal, and never do anything I mention. I love it.
You better not talk about breathing then.
Fabrizio, glad to be in. He says, welcome to the channel, Fabrizio. Thank you so much for joining. And tell us about you. Like, what country are you in? How's the vegan scene? How's veganism treating you? As assuming you are a person of vegan persuasionage, you don't have to be subscribed, but it is recommended. Yeah, tell us all about you if you want to. Greeling, vegan cat food is about my country. Nightmare. Yeah, I don't know what I would do in that instance.
Yeah, I just read that. Yeah, I don't know what I'd do either. I was just sort of saying, hopefully the more that there's demand for things as times change, that'll be better. Yeah.
What country are you in, Greeling, out of interest? Science Advice, did you see Russell Brand's recent Kundalini yoga video? Very hard for me, my nostrils burn. My nostrils burn sometimes when I try to breathe through them. No, I didn't watch it. I saw the thumbnail. I never clicked on it. Maybe I will. Call me Pepe. I'm doing intermittent fasting to lose some weight and get fit on a vegan diet for a marathon. I try to eat a lot of occasional meal, but it leaves me bloated. But gets weight in 7 hours, so I can deal with it. Maybe I should change it up. I mean, if you're managing, fine, but if you're eating a healthy vegan diet, you don't need to do IF. You certainly don't need to just do like one meal or something ridiculous. Yeah, one meal. I would go to 2 meals. Yeah, particularly if you're eating a healthy diet, because you would struggle to get in enough volume of healthful food to meet all your caloric, macro and micronutrient needs, is what I would say.
Oh, it's a good job we didn't have those microphones on and then you forget and go to the toilet with it on. That would have been bad, wouldn't it? If that had
It's a good job I don't just run out on the road and get killed.
You see what I'm just saying?
Science is violence. Stain is jumping rope. Good on you. Thanks for joining. Science, Paul, do you clench your teeth? I wear a mouth guard because my dentist said it prevents pain. I used to. I don't now. I think I'm a lot more chillaxed. But I do train my jaws with these. You just like bite down on them, train your jaw up. Chisel. Hashtag not sponsored, but they did give me some, so that was nice of them. AF10 Productions. Hey Paul and Gemma, how is your day? You guys are great. Well, you're great too. And how's your day, my friend? Thanks for joining. Tell us about where you are in the world and how's the vegan scene and all that guff. Yeah, I think we already sort of said a bit about what we've been up to, so I won't keep going over it so people get bored. But yeah, we're really good, thanks. Produce, not pills. I had to poop. Hungry Greek Mexicans in the house. Produce, not pills. Is your hair naturally straight? Are you taking the pee, Produce? Not. Oh, you mean Gemma, don't you? Sorry.
It's naturally slightly. It's not wavy. It's not straight. It's kind of just like frizzy. So it's like out here, and then I have to just like smooth it down.
Like a goose. Kelly Maddock, Gemma, what would you suggest are the best recipes from your book to get my children into a more whole foods lifestyle? I have both books. Well, you're lovely. Yeah,
that's what I'm now looking at. I'm looking through the book, seeing what I think. So like the hummus could be good. They can dip like chips, like baked chips in some hummus perhaps.
And crudité is a good way to get some veggies in.
Yeah.
The old crudites.
I was thinking the roasted chickpeas could be a good little snack. For them. The nuggets, there's some tempeh nuggets and chickenless nuggets. I think that would be good. The burgers. In terms of like the treats, like I think kids like any treats really, don't they? Well, it depends how old they are. But
brownies go down well, don't they?
Brownies or like the granola bars, maybe I was thinking. Cookies.
Cookie.
Maybe I'd go for. Yeah, that would be my initial suggestions. Oh yeah, the brownies with raspberries in. Yeah, they're good. Yeah.
Oh, it's jumped. What was it?
Yeah, so I think you were there.
Ah, yeah. Right. Nope.
People cut their own hair and their family's hair like some kind of crazy people.
Just looking for questions. We answered that. Have we gone back?
No, I think I read a couple of things right at the end of the chat when you were gone, so that's why you might be recognising them.
Mothman P, where's the other guy? What other guy? Have we had a ghost behind us?
When you were gone, I suppose.
Oh, I got confused.
Yeah. I stopped reading the questions because they were quite aimed at you, so I looked on my computer at the ones that were like further down.
Gem, do you want to be more purple than blue, or don't you care from Produce?
I want purple hair, but it often looks blue on here, and sometimes it goes a bit more bluey when I dye it. I want purple hair, but I want to go blonde soon. Really nice light blonde, but I want to go to a hairdresser's flat.
Roger K. Evans, have I been blocked from posting on your accounts? Apparently not. I can see it. I can see your question, so no. Produce. Paul, which is your favourite nut butter? Almond butter. Almond butter. It's delicious and it has a lot of vitamin E, which some people can struggle with. Timbit Potato, do you guys think almond milk counts as a whole food? Well, by definition it doesn't, because almonds are a whole food and almond milk is like almonds, water. If it's just almonds and water, then like, you know, it's not going to be harmful. I mean, you're better off eating the whole almond with all the fibre and whatnot. It won't be particularly harmful. But then if you're buying a commercial one and it's got added sugar and carrageenan and, you know, certain other additives like can not be healthy. One Indigo Hearts in the house, good to see you. Vols Music, Paul, would you consider yourself a starchitarian? No, I mean, probably out of all the macros, I'll probably eat more starch than anything, but I eat a lot of fruit as well. I eat a lot of fruit. And I eat a good amount of nuts and seeds and avocado. I'm fairly balanced. I'm more towards starchivore than anything, but I'd say I'm quite balanced. I'm sure people like Dr. Esselstyn would think I was overdoing the fats and stuff. ASMR, you vegan yet? What do you think about conservation groups that have to breed guard dogs for the animals in guards? What do you think about conservation groups? They don't profit for them. I don't understand what that is, to be honest. So, yeah, it's not something I've ever considered. So I don't have a perspective. Conservation groups that have to breed guard dogs for the animals in guards. I don't understand. I don't think. I don't quite understand what's going on there. Do you understand what's going on there?
I think they're sort of asking you, how do you feel about that? Those dogs being bred for that
But
job?
what are they doing exactly? Why do conservation groups need guard dogs?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
I'm confused. Sorry, I'm a bit dippy, so you may have to spell that out for me. If there's no profiting going on, that's good. I'm not sure about using animals full stop, though, because... But then if it's for like a good reason, like, you know, that's not, you know, that's a bit more understandable. But I just feel a bit funny. Like even the pets in general now, that makes me feel a bit uneasy. And I think, you know, we kind of, most of us think, what can we get? And, you know, not so much for an animal's benefit. You know, do they want to be stuck in a house with, you know, without their own kind? Like... And like we have a, you know, we look after a cat, so you know, I'm not trying to be a hypocrite, and I'm not trying to make anyone feel bad or accusing anyone of anything. Just as I get more and more vegan, I feel more and more uncomfortable with just messing with animals at all. Really, I just have a lot of questions about it, about how do they feel and what's best for them, kind of thing. You know, but a lot of people will say, well, to rescue, that animal would have, you know, had a horrible life, may have died, and, you know, so yeah, it's a grey area. It's a complicated flannel. It's like trying to untangle two octopi engaged in a battle to the death, in my view.
It's just like that. Al Greening is in Bangladesh. I love the sound of Bangladesh. I've got a couple of friends. I love those yellow honey mangoes. Right. Anthony Paley. Hi, Hench and Gemma. What Honest Hemp product is your favourite? I'll let you field that first. Oh, well, I use the lip balm on my lips, obviously, otherwise it would be stupid if I used it anywhere else. There's a body butter. I got really bad sunburn on my chest a few years ago, like really bad, and it was really red actually for like 2 years. And I spoke to a beautician, and she said, "Oh yeah, you won't heal that." And I felt really disappointed. Like I've permanently damaged myself. And like if I open the oven, not and eventually when the steam comes out, it felt like my chest was on fire. It was really bad. But I've been using that body butter on my chest every night. I put a bit on before bed. It doesn't seem as red these days. So I don't know if it's just it would have healed itself or it's due to that. I don't know. But I really like that. I put it on when I shave, and everything. And the oil, obviously, the CBD oil.
I like to get the strongest oil that they have in stock at the time. This one's 2,000. This is 20%. I've got 30% ones they sent me last time. I like that in a hemp oil rather than MCT, so it doesn't raise your serum LDL. Not that it'll raise it much. Like you're talking like 3 drips of it 3 times a day, so it's not really worth fighting about. But why not? And yeah, I like the body, but I can occasionally get a bit of a beard druff. Occasionally, if I use that all the time, that's not a thing. So yeah. Yeah, we've had all their products over time.
We have. Yeah.
I'm not such a fan of the sprays because they're like low potency. The gummies, although they've got vegan ones, they have there's obviously a lot of sugar, and they actually got coconut oil in them, so that's not heart healthy. But they have like 5 or 6 topicals, don't they?
Yeah.
I've used all those, and they're all good. They've got a lot of natural ingredients, and they smell great, don't they?
I was just going to say, they're natural. I sort of thought we were going to get sent a load of the products for your body, and I was thinking I probably won't use any of them. And it's just like the natural oils or whatever, and it might have like frankincense or like whatever. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by that.
What do they do? So they do like a lip balm, body butter.
That roll-on thing for your pulse points. That's
like
nice.
A pressure point roll-on thing, so you can apply pressure and the oil. What else do they do? Some kind of
cooling gel.
Cooling gel if you've got like a sports injury. And then there's something like a balm, but it's not, and it's for like damaged skin or whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, they're all great.
Remember.
They're all great, but mostly I use this 3 times a day, and I use the body butter like once a day. Mostly around my own chops, but sometimes all over after, say I shave my head or whatever. What is it? 30% off your first order with code Hench CBD30. 15% with code Hench CBD15 for any further orders. Links down there if you want to go and have a look-see. Great company, great products. So when the COVID thing first happened, they slashed their prices by nearly half, and then they've kept it like that. And like I say, you can get that other money off as well. So it's good time to buy. Sorry, ASMR. Julian Walters, my IRL friend, is in the house. I'm a machine. How are you doing, Julian? Good to see you, brother. Hope you're well. Whoa. Right. Fabrizio is in Germany, vegan since last year, really enjoying the community and the new cooking challenge. Sadly, not much activism at the moment. Planning on doing that when everything opens. Good on you, my friend. Good for you. And yeah, thanks for sharing. That's great. Silence is violence. Sorry, I have so many questions. Do chisels cause TMJ issues? What's TMJ issues? I don't know. I don't know how lot about them. I've just been using it.
Tiny muscle jip.
Tiny muscle jip. Temporomandibular joint disorders. I wouldn't have thought so. It's just strengthening your pterygoids and masseters to make your jaw stronger. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have thought so. I sort of had that one time when I was sparring and I got caught on the jaw and that really clicked. And I had a lot of pain for a while, but that just went right on its own over time. The militant vegan. What are your thoughts on activists using the word Holocaust when doing outreach? I believe nothing wrong. Yeah, well, if who is that guy? There is actually a Auschwitz survivor, and he's happy. He advocates and he's happy using the word. So if he's all right with it, I don't know how anyone else can't be. The only thing I'll say is, you have to use those words with care, and I think more often than not, you can put people like more off listening to you than helping. So, but it's certainly a tool, and this one I use myself. Yeah. Harry Potter's head is in the house. Thanks for joining. Sunny Pepper, veganism really grown since you started. Any thoughts about the next phase in 2021 with the nature of activism change? Will the nature? I don't think so. I just hope that big business, I hope some kind of money comes in and people start funding like activism stuff. Certainly, like, there are now profitable vegan businesses. So hopefully some money will go from there. I think really the biggest steps in veganism is going to be in terms of like food tech, and it won't even be vegan companies. Tyson Foods are doing like plant meats and things, aren't they? And that's going to become cheaper. Even like lab meat, which is very expensive now, that's going to become a lot cheaper than farming animals. And I think naturally people will just move away from eating animals because it's cheaper. So sadly, I don't think it'll be that the world kind of wakes up. It'll just be the nature of consumerism and capitalism, I'm sorry to say. Kieran Forrest, would you ever talk about health in your advocacy? That's all I ever talk about. And environment, I'll touch on it. It's not my wheelhouse. And this channel really is, and my advocacy is mostly through this channel because I can reach thousands more people versus being one-on-one on the street or whatever. And with YouTube, you need to be quite niche. And I'm already sort of vegan health and fitness, which is reasonably broad. So yeah, it doesn't really do you to bang on too much. If I banged on a video just about ethics or just about environment, I'd lose subscribers basically. But I do touch on things occasionally, just bring it to people's attention who otherwise wouldn't have known about certain things. But yeah, it's not my wheelhouse, so I don't really talk a whole load about it. And I think, when you're doing any advocacy, like tailor your approach to who you're speaking to, So I did notice, because I only ever bang on about health and fitness, but years ago we went to the it was basically Vevolution, for the forerunner of Vevolution. It was called Vegan Futures, and they did talk about the environment, and I took some of it in, and they were saying at this rate of planetary destruction, a 5-year-old child will not make it to age 60, and so I posted that on kind of my Facebook and places when I got home, and I noticed loads of people who normally were not interested in my post started asking me more about it, and they had young families. So I think that's key. Play to your strengths, particularly if you've got like a large platform, but B, one-on-one, tailor your approach relative to the person. If they've just had a heart attack, they won't give two hoots about some animal suffering, but if you tell them, you don't need to have enough one of those, here's a load of stuff by Caldwell Esselstyn. Yeah, Lizzie Griffiths is planning on making those brownies this weekend.
Oh, nice. We've just taken some of those out of the freezer, haven't we? We've been eating those for the last couple of days. Very tasty.
Homer, there was a question about IF earlier. Pop it back in the chat if I miss it. I'm actually doing time restricted feeding now. I kind of eat in a 12-hour window, so I have kind of a 12-hour gap. That seems to be good. There's definitely some benefits there in terms of hormesis and sort of potential reduction in cancer risk. That was the other thing we learned about if you're among trees. So So trees give off like an oil into the air, which we breathe in, and that boosts our production of natural killer cells. So that's cancer preventative. So tonight when we do a walk, shall we cycle to the park?
I need some groceries. Tomorrow?
Why don't we cycle to the park, do a lap, and then cycle to the shop?
Okay. Depends what time we leave. I might be getting tired if we get 2 days.
Okay then. Give it me a buddy. Stacey, can you explain a little about water filters and why they're better than tap water, please? The main thing with tap water is that it's got chloride added, which is in there for the express purpose of killing bacteria. We had a super chat, didn't we?
Oh yeah, sorry, we had two.
Two. Right, I'll get to those in a sec. Sorry, guys. Unfortunately, like we need the bacteria in our colons. We need these good strains called the Prevotella type. So there's hundreds of different ones, but they basically eat fiber, resistant starch, and polyphenols. So basically, they're whole foods vegans, and we need loads of them in order to thrive. They train the immune system. They help us produce vitamins. They actually help us to produce monoamines. So like serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine, like healthy, like positive brain chemicals, and it's key. We need these bacteria to thrive. So if you're health focused, you'll drink lots of water. If you drink lots of tap water, you're going to kill your gut microbiome. So that would be the main reason for filtering your tap water. Most filters don't filter out chloride. It's a very, very tiny molecule. You typically have to get specific filters to do that. So do bear that in mind. Super chat.
3 now.
Wow. You guys are lovely to us. Oh, Jack the vegan activist. Oh, and thank you. I was going to reply to you on Patreon. I saw that you upped your pledge. That's really kind of you, brother. Yeah, don't give us all your bloody money. You need some money yourself. But thank you for your support. We really appreciate you. Jack the vegan activist just donated £2.60. Shuck did diddly diddly shuck did diddly 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 shuck. I'm not mental. Anything 64 is the shark activation.
But you didn't make up the shark activation thing.
No.
So.
That's always been a thing. It's tradition. What do you think is the best form of activism? Well, so we just touched on it, and really, the best form of activism is whatever will speak to the person that you're currently speaking to. If you mean in terms of like what is the most effective overall, like a triangle choke is the most effective submission in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I don't really know. I don't know that we have a lot of data on it, to be honest. That's the long and short of it. I mean, a lot of people moan about DXE and say that's horrible. That just puts people off. Well, I can see how it likely would, but I've heard people saying that was the kick up the ass they needed, and they actually had it done to them when they were eating a steak or whatever, and then and they went vegan. What I always say is the worst form of activism is criticising someone else's way of doing things instead of using that time and energy and doing your own. That's something I like to say. But yeah, whatever you're good at. Like, so for me, I'm very clued up on the health stuff. I've got a bit of a physique. And so, if I speak from the perspective of health and fitness, particularly like physique stuff, I have a lot more authority. Whereas if it goes into ethics or environment, I'm not so clued up and I wouldn't do such a good job. So those are my USPs. So that's what I would and what I do concentrate on. And then in terms of like, how do you propagate that activism? So for me, I could just talk one-on-one in the street, or I can make a video and potentially reach thousands. So there's all sorts of different ways of kind of looking at it. But yeah, whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you're good at, whatever speaks to the person that you're advocating to. Is there anything to add to that?
No, well, not that I can think of. It's good words.
And just thank you at your young age for being such an amazing activist yourself. You are an inspiration, brother. I didn't have half the balls that you are displaying at your age to do that. So my hat's off to you, my friend, and well done. Let's have a round of applause for Jack, the vegan activist. He's flipping great. It warms my heart to see people like Jack at his young age, and activist as well. It gives me hope for the future. It gives me hope for the future. Peter Cunnington kindly donated 5 Californian bucks. What are your thoughts about the controversy with James Aspey and calling the animal holocaust a holocaust?
Do we know about such things?
I don't know about such things. I don't think there is a controversy. And again, what is that guy's name? He gave a talk at the camp out. A Holocaust survivor, like an Auschwitz survivor, uses the same terminology. So if he's all right with it, I don't know why anyone else is sticking their oar in. The only reason will be because they hurt animals and they want to go the red herring route and take the heat off them. Yeah, I think that's nonsense. I like what Gary Yourofsky was on that TV show, wasn't he, on Tel Aviv, that news show, and the newscaster said that she was quite wounded. She found it hurtful that he would refer to it as a Holocaust, and he said, well, I think I'm hurt like the other way around, because this Holocaust is, millions of times bigger and it's still going on. So I'm hurt that you're not seeing my perspective even more so. And also, when I came in here, you didn't sniff my butt today. Lions sniff each other's butts. Why are you picking one thing that lions do and not the other? Thank you for your kind support, Peter Cunnington. You're lovely. Yanina G kindly donated 5 Great British bucks. Hey, lovely people. I saw someone on Facebook selling puppies. Their companion female dog gave boyfriend along to sell animals. Any advice, please? Yeah, I agree. It's just money making. You're splitting a family up. I don't know with young animals, like how long, and of course the mothers, like obviously there's got to be some grieving going on there and things. I don't know how I can offer any advice.
It sounds like what you're wanting to do something about it. It's what I kind of hear. Like, what should you do? Like, any advice? Like, I don't know what there is to do about that. It's not illegal to sell animals online, so I can't see that you could sort of report that to anyone.
What I would say is, like, for me, there's horrible things going on every second of every day, really nasty things. And if I thought about those things, I could start crying my eyes out right now. What I choose to do instead is to do all I can to help the animals that I can help. So focusing on the solution, not the problem, That's terrible. Also, a lot worse things are going on in terms of chicks being thrown in a macerator alive, pigs being gassed alive, like their insides, their eyes burning from, the fluids in contact with the carbon dioxide, producing, what is the acid? Carbonic acid? I think I got that wrong last time. Anyway, there's hideous things going on. But what we can do is just advocate, just be a positive influence, put out information, share meals. Just focus on doing what we can and not spend so much time thinking about the things we can't help, Unfortunately, that's the best advice at the minute. Thank you so much for supporting what we're doing. So with that £5, that means, that's helping us to keep doing this. We've had something like 6 million video views today. I get messages every day saying, thank you for opening my eyes. We've gone vegan. My husband's off his heart meds. And it's all thanks to people like you, Yanina. So thank you so much, darling. Really appreciate you. Robert Pacino asks, what is a Holocaust? I don't know if that's a rhetorical question. In case anyone is unaware, it means mass slaughter. which is exactly what what they do in slaughterhouses to, what is it like? It's billions of animals, isn't it, every year? I think there's like 140 billion farmed animals on Earth, roughly, at any given time. And I think we kill about, getting on for 80 billion a year, is it? Something like that. If that's not a mass slaughter, I don't know what is. Thanks to Marina. Rachel is in the house. Good to see you.
I think this is important to speak to.
Yep.
Namaste Stephen says, hi, I've been vegan for 3 weeks. Is it normal to get headaches and waking up every hour on the hour through the night?
No, I would not enjoy that. That would suck.
I mean, headaches, that makes me think about like detoxing. Like if you came from a really unhealthy diet and you've just suddenly gone really clean, for the first short amount of time, like I could think, your body could be finally thinking, let's detox because you've been putting in loads of junk this whole time, and I've not had a chance to detox.
There will be a transitory phase because you've been eating like certain foods. Whatever foods we eat, that basically predicates the type of gut bacteria that we invite to live in the colon. So you will have more of the Bacteroides bacteria types and not enough of the Prevotella strains that process these healthier foods. And that will sort itself out over time as you keep eating healthier foods and not putting in the other stuff. But there'll be an interim where things can go a little bit haywire for a short time. That's the thing. But no, you shouldn't really expect those particular symptoms, and certainly not long term.
Maybe if you've gone really super clean, whole plant foods, maybe you could just slow that down so you're transitioning over a little slower. I'm not saying to go back to eating animal products, but maybe have some of the more processed things and not just such whole plant foods, and to give your body a little bit more of a chance to adjust. Would you say?
I would say to give it 6 weeks to slowly transition over to eating totally healthily. Of course, that is if he's even eating totally healthily.
I guess we don't know. Ray was saying, are you eating enough calories? So I don't know if that would cause you to have a headache. I mean, you can wake up in the night, certainly when you're hungry, if you're not eating enough. That makes us if I've been on a diet in the past, I found it hard to sleep because my brain is saying, you need calories, So that could be a thing. When you swap over to whole plant foods, you're eating a lot more fibre and water, so you need to eat a bigger volume or eat the more calorie-rich foods, and that can be difficult to get used to at first. You might need to maybe use an app like Chronometer to track put your food in there, see how many calories you're actually getting, just for a short time. It's not like you have to track it all the time, but just at first to see if you're coming up short on anything or if you're eating enough calories. Maybe you could tell us some more information. We could say some other things back.
We should be signing off, but we'll give it another 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Give us your comment. Oh no, we started late, didn't we?
Yeah, but
Let's do 10 minutes.
It's nearly 7:10, so we probably started 10 past. So it's probably.
Well, we've only been going for an hour according to this.
Oh, okay.
We'll do another 5 or 10 minutes, guys. So get your comments or questions in. Right, where were we? Top of the munch is off. Thanks for joining if you're still even here. Alex Hershaft, yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's amazing. Regular Jack, any specific foods you'd recommend for someone with ulcerative colitis? So you want to avoid sulfur-rich food, so it's like sulfur containing amino acids, which are mostly like the animal products, tend to have a lot more of the sulfur-containing aminos. You don't want to go too mad on those. So cutting animal products out is great if you've not already, which you probably have if you're on here. Sulfur dioxide is a preservative in some dried fruits, desiccated coconut. You want to avoid that. Sulfites in wine as well. They're the main things. So I actually coached a professional soccer player about 5 years ago now. It was around the time of, it was when Game Changers came to my town to film. And he was actually in the got film, but they didn't use his bit. But he cured his ulcerative colitis by eating whole plant foods, so legumes, whole grains, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, herbs and spices. The only thing he did have in there before was he was still having fish and eggs. Took those out, cured him. If you Google Russell Martin ulcerative colitis or Russell Martin Eastern Evening News, you can see the interview if you want. Yeah, cured him overnight. Yanina, what is the most ethical thing to do instead of selling those puppies? Not breed them in the first place, I guess.
And maybe that person, like if you happen to accidentally have a litter of puppies, maybe give them to like a nice home rather than selling them. Does that affect things? Would that make would that be better if they were given away rather than sold? I don't know. No,
I already just think what is the effect on the actual animals, and yeah, that's the main thing, isn't it? So yeah, so I don't know what to make of it, to be honest. Fabrizio, do you watch Joe Rogan? Yeah, he seems to be really on the carnivore bandwagon, but some other it's quite interesting, worth supporting, or rather not. I wouldn't like to support him, but I basically rip his videos, and then if it's any anti-vegan stuff, I'll criticise him on my other channel.
I've just posted a link to that channel and a link to your most recent video you just posted today. So do check that out, everybody.
I did a Joe Rogan video, like a video back. You might want to check that. Oh, that's jumped. Silence. Gemma, do you and Paul advocate against smoking cigarettes since they aren't vegan? It's not really on our radar, but I would advocate against smoking them due to the death side effect they test on animals. Well, we're kind of our channel really is nutrition focused, so but yeah, that makes sense. Tarek, what are your thoughts on fecal microbiota transplants to help fix the gut? Because you may recommend I get one, so I get one very soon. Nice. Yeah, great. You do want your healthy gut bugs in there, and then going forwards, obviously, which he would have said to you, is basically feeding them, so it's your whole plant foods. I dare say he's recommended some fermented foods for you and whatnot, and yeah, great. Greeting. Pupil, should people be allowed to reproduce?
So they've been asking that a few times. They're kind of asking, like, because there's so many people on the planet, like...
Well, it's not really the people that's the problem. It's the terrible way that we put 19 times the input into an animal to get 1 times the output. If they cut that out, there wouldn't be an issue, would there? And certainly China has put a limit on the amount of kids you can have, haven't they? But
I get what you're saying about that. We do have a lot of people here, like if no one had any children for a while, the population would still keep going. But one thing I'm thinking, I don't have any thought whether we should or shouldn't keep having, more children, but It's like a biological drive, and it's stronger in some of us than others, obviously. I don't feel drawn to have children, but for some people it's so strong. Like, probably it's like as strong as the urge to eat, you know, that reproduction thing. So to tell someone they can't have a child, it's like, for some, might be like saying you've got to stop eating, you know.
Yeah,
like,
so it'd be cruel.
It's like, I don't know if we should tell anyone they should or shouldn't have children. I don't know if anyone should have a right to tell someone else that. But that's just how I feel.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But we should care about the planet, and if there's enough food for everyone and all that stuff, we should care about that for sure.
Basically, the real vegans would do another 90 minutes on this stream. This real vegan's got other shiz to do. He's very cheeky. I like him. I like him cheeky. Thanks, Marina. Arset Tengo, what can I do for my energy and motivation to not be at zero throughout the day?
My first thought when I read that was find out why your energy and motivation is at zero. Like, why is it? It can be a whole host of things. Like,
yeah. So firstly is healthy lifestyle. So getting regular hours of sleep, eating a healthy diet. One of the big things I would say is to live your purpose. If you're doing something you hate, you won't have any energy, no matter how rested you are. And, so I basically, from the minute I get up, 5 or 6 in the morning, I'm just going like the clappers, sometimes till bedtime, creating content and loving it. The minute I get a tech issue, and then I have to stop, and then I'll sometimes ask my lovely friend Mooncat, can he help me? And he kindly does. And I notice I'm yawning, sitting there yawning. I hope I'm not. You know, you don't think I'm being like funny. Normally, I never yawn. I'm just mad energized from the minute I get up to the minute I go to bed. But the minute I'm taken off my purpose, and there's sort of a dull issue that's stopping me, you know, and it gets all technical and I don't understand it, start yawning. So that's huge. But yeah, healthy diet, high carb, lower fat, whole foods, plant-based, be hydrated, sleep well.
Eat enough calories.
Yeah. But don't try to construct, try to manifest a life that you love, where you're doing something positive for others and you get an enjoyment. Follow your joy is the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's not always easy. You know, you may be stuck in a crappy situation, you know, working for peanuts for someone you hate, or even working for a load of money for doing something you hate. Like, it's just as bad. So I say, if you're stuck in a crappy situation, get a side hustle based on your joy. Build that up with the internet now. Like, you know, that's what happened for us, basically. Just organically, we just became YouTubers and Instagram influencers. Just sort of organically, because we love doing it, pumping out content, and it just sort of happened. You know, but at first I was working full time as a PT, you know, and a nutritionist. Not no more.
So what I think about is like mental health. So like if you've not got any energy, like that can be a physical thing, but also it can be like a mental emotional thing. So like if I think back like so many times I felt depressed, I don't have like mad energy at that time as well. Like being like low energy and say feeling depressed or not happy, you know, some more challenging emotional states, you know, that can often come with like a zap of energy, you know, being tired and fatigued, you know. So I guess I invite you to think about your mental health and how that's doing. Maybe like, you know, think about, you know, having support like a counsellor or someone if that feels like it applies to you. And one thing I'd say is like that having a really structured, good, at least morning routine, not necessarily the whole day, but even just the morning routine, I think can be really great for starting the day off good, you know, with a better energy level that can then continue through the day. So things like not just immediately looking at your social media when you wake up. We do cold showers, so that really wakes you up.
Yeah, ice cold shower.
Cold shower, but then we do the Wim Hof breathing, and then we do meditation together, and that's our morning routine. Doesn't take like loads of time, but even if you just implement like one thing and just see if that can start making a difference,
Good work. Oh God, Moon Cat heard me. He heard me. I was hoping he was gone. He hadn't commented for a while. That's embarrassing. Let's get out of here.
Oh.
Guys, thanks moderators for keeping us troll free. Thanks for the super chats, keeping the beans on our toast.
I want to say the wolves from the door. Let's let them in. Let's have a cuddle.
Yeah. Keeping them from the door, letting them in.
Okay.
And the camera's rolling. What else have we got to say? If you're new here, we'd love you to become part of the Hench Herbivore community. You can do that by hitting the subscribe button, clicking the bell icon. We'll be back on, what day is it?
Monday.
Friday. We'll be back on Monday, 6 p.m.
weekend.
GMT. Set a reminder on your phone. Monday, 6 p.m. GMT. Come back, have some more of this. It's great fun. We love it. And you do too. You know you love it. No, don't say that.
And Anthony is saying thanks for the information. Just bought some oil, TBI,
nice.
and the butter as well.
I hope you enjoy it as much as we do, brother.
Thank you. That helps support what we do as well.
That helps. If anyone else wants to help support us, our cookbooks are half price for Veganuary. We've got 2. They're awesome.
One more week left of that.
And we love you very much. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Is that all the things?
Yeah, just have a nice weekend and take care of yourself.
Have a lovely weekend. Follow us on the gram if you want. See what we're up to over the weekend. We do loads of stories and that, don't we, mate?
Yeah.
Hench_Herbivore.
Gemma_Herbivore and Cowboy_Herbivore.
To see what our cat's up to. She's quite a guy. It's good night for me.